I was just upstairs talking to some of the tech people. They don't always get applause either. They're back here. Can you guys give those guys some good applause? Thank you. I get to welcome you today. First of all, my name is Mr. Dean Knopp. I get to work here at Red River, and I get to work with the SPA program, and I know many of you participate in that during the summer. And we're excited right now because we are doing a show that's not during the summer, but it's because it's on the 20th anniversary of a pretty big event for our community, the flood of 1997. And I'm very excited that you get to take a look at this today. And I get to introduce the director here in just a second, but I guess I do also want to take this opportunity to thank the administration for allowing this to happen. I want to thank you guys and your teachers for coming here today, and the teachers for your work that you did in the classroom ahead of time and things that you might do afterwards to make this a really strong educational experience. I also, not only we thank the tech people already, but you're going to be able to see the cast in a little bit, and they do a fantastic job, and I know as the show goes on, you'll show them your appreciation with your laughter and applause and all those types of things. And then I want to make a personal thank you to all the directors who put this together. Us old people, some of us were involved in the first show 20 years ago. We were only like 4 at the time when we were doing it. And which makes, you can do the math. And I appreciate them taking time out of the school year because we're all very busy, and this is an extra thing for everything. All the students that you see on stage, they're typically in other shows with their schools. There's things going on at the elementaries, at the middle school, at the high school. And they took extra time, so a lot of this happened on Saturdays because that was the only time that they were available. But with that, I would like to get our production started. I guess I do want to tell the teachers one thing when we're done. We'll have the cast sit down and we'll just do sort of a bus check to see where we're at with the buses and whatnot. And this morning we took about 6 questions from the audience, and while we sort of waited for the buses to get in place. So we'll do something like that just to make sure we're on the right page. And also, if we don't have time for all the questions, and we won't, there will be an email that's already been sent to your principals that there's a Twitter, I don't know how to say all that stuff. There's a Twitter thingamabob where your students can, if they send a question, members of the cast will answer. And they did that for a Christmas show here and it worked great. So I think that's all of the housekeeping. So I get to introduce a very special person who is the director, the head of our team for this whole production for Keep the Faith. Her name is Connie Sherwood. Everyone give her a round of applause.
About this play that's about the flood is how we're going to tell the story. We're going to tell it through the radio. Because when we lived through the flood, that's how we communicated. When we lost power and we couldn't see the news on TV, and if we weren't in our house, we didn't have a telephone because cell phones were not quite like there were cell phones 20 years ago, but not like now. And so when you needed to find something out, you called the radio. And so we're telling this story through the radio, and what that's going to look like on the stage is there's going to be some, when we go into the radio sections, there'll be some music, the KCNN KLIT 104 music from 20 years ago. And then there's 2 people who are the radio people on the radio. They're going to have fake headsets, panoramic headsets, and other people call in with comments or questions. And so that's how the story gets told. And the story gets told in 3 parts. First of all, we have the weather leading up to the flood when the ice storms caused all of the pipes to freeze and phone lines to go down, power lines to go down. That was a problem for communicating, and people were cold and didn't know what to do, and couldn't. School got canceled a lot. A lot of school cancellations that year. So that part of the pre-flood is told through the radio, and then there was the flood part when people had to leave Grand Forks. And we heard on the radio about that, and people left Grand Forks, and we were gone from Grand Forks for 2 to 3 weeks before anyone could come back. And then when they came back, there was no running water, and there was no power, so it was a cold house without water. And we listened to the radio. I remember going out into my car and turning on the radio to find out things I needed to know, because there still wasn't school, and we didn't go to work, and a lot of people weren't working because there was no place to work. Everything was closed. But when you're watching it on stage, you need to know and understand when we're on the radio, that's how the story is being told. And we're telling you this story because it's a story about Grand Forks. Really, it's our history. And we're so very proud of our community because of how we came through that flood and because of how we are right now. We're proud of how we responded to the flood. We all were helpful and of each other, and we had people from all over the United States coming and helping us out. We were just blown away by people's kindness. Everybody was helpful. We have brand new schools, brand new buildings, a greenway, parks where there used to be houses. It's just a lovely, lovely town. And you will see video footage on the screens of what it used to look like, because of course you weren't born. The kids who were in the play weren't born 20 years ago. They don't know what Grand Forks used to look like either. So this is Grand Forks history, and I hope it makes you all very proud of your community, because we have a lot to be proud of. We are a wonderful community. We came together, we built a beautiful, beautiful community to live in, and we have done so very well. And it's something for all of you to be proud of too. That's why we're taking that time to teach you about the flood of 1997. So here we go. Enjoy Keep the Faith.
Years, the Summer Performing Arts Company has been a summer tradition for students in the Grand Forks area. From the lead performers to those working behind the scenes, SPAWN has helped thousands of students explore their creative talents through an 8-week program supported by Grand Forks Public Schools. In 1997, the Summer Performing Arts Company had its most difficult yet memorable season ever, and it almost wasn't to be. The Great Red River flood of that year destroyed the sets and the costumes for that year's production, and the performers and the directors had to come up with a brand new game plan. Despite many obstacles, the Grand Forks Public School District encouraged the SPA Company to forge ahead. They felt it was important for the students to have a voice in their community. From the challenge came the idea for a flood review, a chance for the students to express their feelings through song and dance. Many long hours were put into all phases of the production. Students provided the stories, composers created the music, and the directors pulled it all together in record time. The finished product was called Keep the Faith. The response to Keep the Faith was overwhelming. 20,000 community members packed 10 sold-out performances. National acclaim followed. In 2 hours with a handful of tissues and more than a few laughs, audience members experienced the most powerful performance in our community's history. More importantly, the predictions made during that original production of Keep the Faith have come true. The Greater Grand Forks community has come back stronger than ever. And now, 20 years later, I'm proud to present the 2017 version of Keep the Faith.
That gave our cities birth.
The rivers burn like fleets and folds, like lace and ornament. A gentle curve which God has thrown upon this foreign land.
And so here we are, sons and daughters of the prairie, children of the Red River Valley, born and raised in the valley.
We live here on the banks of the Red and Red Lake rivers.
Grand Forks and East Grand Forks have been here for over 100 years. We have a rich history.
Founded by Princeton, Griggs, and Winston.
A land of rich history, strong hard workers.
And the flood of 1997 gave evidence to that strength.
I was born and raised in the Red River Valley. It is a beautiful place to live, even though there aren't any mountains or oceans. North Dakota's beauty comes from its wide open plains and its endless skies that seem to stretch forever. No sea to shining sea, or purple mountain majesty, the rays north Dakota and but spacious skies there are, clean air and countless shining stars, and mile after mile around the our home.
And 20 years ago, there was a flood that devastated.
How did it happen?
It was the weather. We also have a history of harsh winters.
1997 was a bad one. There were at least 8 major floods.
And back then, cell phones were rare. And when power was down, it was loss of communication.
That year, kids had so many snow days that they got tired of missing all the school.
Landline telephones and radios were the best form of communication when power was down.
Let's take a look back and see what it was like.
Hello, welcome to KCNN K-Live 104. I'm Ella Dostal.
And this is Seth Brandel taking you through yet another blizzard.
This is number 8, folks, so I hope you have your sternum going and your radio locked on KCNN, where we will answer all of your flood and storm-related questions. Let's take a call.
Yeah, I was wondering if you have the updated crest prediction.
The crest prediction still stands at 49 feet, sir.
So, you don't have the update.
No, I'm sorry, sir, but we will keep you posted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Next caller, you are on the air.
What was that caller saying? Is there really that much to worry about? This is North Dakota. We get blizzards every year. I mean, the way I see it from where I live at Inland Hills is that if I get water, the whole city gets water.
Well, I sure hope you are right about that, ma'am. With the way sandbaggers are diligently working, I'm sure you won't get any water at all. Thank you for calling KCNN. Next caller.
Hi, is there school at Central tomorrow?
We haven't had any official word from the schools yet, sir.
Oh, is there gonna be a chess club?
I don't know, sir.
How about internet club? There has to be internet club.
Here is what you do. Go outside, it's cold, frosty, nippy, granted it is the same inside. So cuddle up to your modem and I'm sure you two can make some beautiful music.
I love my modem.
Next caller.
Yeah, I was wondering where the paper is today. I figured that they might have the updated crest prediction.
The Herald is not delivering due to the storm.
But the Herald always delivers.
Look outside, sir. Do you see your paper carrier, sir?
I see a brown form close to a tree.
That's your paper carrier. Thank you for calling KCNN. Now, great news, everyone. We just learned that power is being restored to parts of Grand Forks. About 5,000 people now have power. Power coming in from Canada via Drayton.
Remember, folks, the power company is doing everything it can, but blowing snow prevents the crews from going out. The North Dakota Department of Transportation reports a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and power lines down all over. They're asking the public to report any downed lines. If a snowplow's metal blade hits a downed line, let's just say it won't be pretty. We've got another call. You're on the air.
Yes, I'm babysitting this 2-week-old baby, and I brought it a food. Will someone help me get this baby to its mother?
Don't take the 2-week-old baby out of this. They don't retain body heat well. You could feed the baby in other ways.
Don't take the baby outside. Take the mother to the baby.
So, ma'am, you say you've been without power for a very long time. Share with our listeners. How cold is it?
It's very cold. We have some extra cans of infant formula. I'd be happy to share it.
We just talked to UND President Ken Baker, and there is no school tomorrow at UND.
I'm running out of firewood, and I have small children.
Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to let you know that someone has brought the mother here, and we have food. Thank you so much for helping us out.
What a happy ending to a great story. Now the baby can be safe with its mother. And now for a little update on all the course of your worries, we have Seth Brandel via satellite from Greenwalk Park. Are you there, Seth?
I am here.
How's it going out there?
Lord knows it's cold. There's snow everywhere. I can hardly see my hands in front of my face.
So what you're saying is that it's a bit chilly.
As the Lord is my witness, it is freezing. Were you washed in the waters of the red? Were you washed in the waters of the red? Were you washed
Welcome back to KCNN 1590 AM. Thank you, Seth and Chloe, for that breathtaking update. Do we have another caller on the line? All right, go ahead, caller. You are on.
Kind of afraid to ask, because you'll say there's no change. But has the flood crest prediction changed from 49 feet?
I'm sorry, sir, but that is still our information.
Where do you get your information?
From the National Weather Service, sir.
Is the National Weather Service located anywhere remotely near here?
I'm sorry, sir. We can only report on what we know, and 49 feet is what we know. Thank you for calling KCNN. Next caller.
Hi, so I have a bit of a problem. I have a Coleman lantern and a stove for heat, but I'm running out of fuel. I was wondering if there's anyone out there that can help me out.
Can I have your number?
772-4975.
You heard her, folks. She could use some Coleman fuel. If you could help her out, please call 772-4975. Next caller.
There's no power, but we have water. How can I keep my pipes from freezing?
I'm really glad you mentioned that. For all of you out there, if your temperature is dropping towards 32 degrees, you need to keep water slowly running through those pipes. If not, they'll freeze, and believe me, you do not want that. Next caller.
Hi, is the mall still open? I need to go to Petland and get some crickets for my lizards.
I'm sorry, sir. That is a very unfortunate situation, but unfortunately the mall is not open. Thank you for calling.
I would just like to tell you that you're a godsend to the people of the Red River Valley. When you helped with fuel and firewood for people and when you brought that mother to the baby, I was truly touched. You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much. We are here to help. We know that this is hard for everyone. Next caller.
Hi, I called earlier about needing the fuel, and I just want to let you know that I've held 12 offers already. Thank you so much. You're doing a wonderful service.
Boy, that is great to hear. Thank you for calling and sharing that with us. News like that makes our day. Now, I have to step out of the studio for a moment, so here's Seth Brando to answer all of your questions.
This is Seth Brando, folks. We have a situation here in Greater Grand Forks. We're still waiting on word from Sandbags Central as to when they need volunteers again. This ice storm really threw a wrench in the plans.
Plans? Plans. Here's my plan for you. I want you to tell me the flood crest prediction update, and don't tell me it hasn't changed from 49 feet.
I'm sorry, sir. It's still at 49 feet. Thank you for calling. Next caller, please.
I live at 19 Inland Hills and was wondering if we could get some sandbaggers out here. We have sand, we have bags, and we have cookies and cake. Anytime today or tomorrow, we'll be at it. Thanks a lot.
You heard the address. They have cookies and cake. If you have the time and the inclination, head on over. Now, folks, we have Lauren Craig from Sandbag Central on the line. Go ahead, Lauren.
Just calling to let you know that we will be up and running by this evening. So if you can get your car started and have time to spare, come on and help us get this machine going.
It takes literally hundreds of volunteers. And it takes a village to stop a flood. Hope to see you here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just lost the point.
Lynn, tell us again what you want.
Okay, as mayor of East Grand Forks, I'm asking for mandatory evacuation of East Grand Forks for a period of at least 5 days. We will close the water treatment plant because we've developed a leak. The sewer system could be totally shut down. We could lose our electricity, and most important, for your own safety. We put up a good fight, but we couldn't quite make it. And for your own safety, I'm asking you to leave the city and come back when things are safe.
I remember I was sleeping. I woke up at night to helicopters and sirens.
I remember I was in complete disbelief when I looked out my window and I saw the stream of cars. The row of headlights stretched from town to the airbase.
I remember I was bringing stuff out to the car. The water was rushing into the streets from the storm drains. And all I could do was stand there, amazed.
I remember sitting around the kitchen table, finishing the Passover Seder. I remember looking around and thinking that being safe together, what Passover is really all about. I thought, maybe this year, instead of parting the Red Sea, maybe Moses put the Red River back into its banks. That year, Passover took on a whole new meaning. I remember I woke up on the day school was called off, and I heard trucks carrying sand outside. That's when I knew we were really in trouble. My parents were carrying everything up from the basement, and they had panicked looks on their faces. I walked down to the coulee, and I saw water rushing into it. I went down 2 houses, and it sounded like a waterfall. A lady I didn't know came up to me and gave me a big hug. Later that night, we were evacuated.
I remember packing my things and getting into the car when we were evacuated. I remember seeing people still filling sandbags with this one particular shovel. These people didn't give up, and they kept on filling until someone told them it was useless, and that the dike was already starting to break. Someone must have stuck that shovel into the sand, but the weird thing is, it wasn't washed away when water came rushing over it. Most of the sand around it was gone, but the shovel still stood there. It symbolized to me the people of our cities. We stood strong and tall, and we never gave up, and we never will.
Everybody's home. Everybody smiles. Didn't they lose their very lives in just a little while? I don't feel hopeful. I just can't smile. I lost everything. Now it's all on the burning single pile. What can I do? What can I do? Where is my strength? How can I go on? How can I make it through? What can I do? I saw my neighbor working in his home. His family was out of town. He was whistling cheerfully despite his being alone. I went up to him just to say hello, and the tears came into my eyes. He looked at me softly as if to say I know. smiled too, and he smiled too, with the strength of the Lord he could move on, he could make it through. Just the other day, my son smiled up at me, said to me, Daddy, I know you lost your baseball cards and that was your favorite hobby. I know they're not much, didn't have much to spend, but here's some cards I got at school home, instead take them in your hand. I smile too, I can't smile too, with the strength of the Lord I can move on, I can make it through. Now I understand, back in '79, how my daddy felt when I said here you can have mine. Didn't know why he cried, didn't know what that meant, but now I know it was 'cause little boys are heaven sent. I can cry too, I can cry too, with the strength of the Lord I can move on, I can make it through. I can smile too.
I remember I was sitting at my grandma's house in northern Minnesota. It was a Friday night and we were watching the 6 o'clock news. Everything had been so hectic for everyone, so Mom and Dad sent us to live with Grandma. I wanted so badly to stay and help. I was sitting cross-legged on the living room floor. The TV light was in front of me, just the kitchen light behind me. As I listened, I wished so badly I could have stayed and helped. Here, this was the flood of the century in my town. I wasn't even there. To this day, I can't believe I did that.
I can't smile too, I can't smile too, with the strength of the Lord I can move on, I can make it through. I can smile too.
Hello, welcome back to KCNN K-Line 104 on your FM dial. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, we're getting ready to come back to town. Could you give me the status on 709 Walnut Street?
Yeah, between 7th and 8th Avenue, you can expect 6 to 8 feet of water in your basement.
Hello, could you give me the status of 483 Northbridge Hills?
You have water in your basement, maybe 6 feet.
Can you give me the status of 701 4th Street Northwest?
Oh, the Sherlock Park area. I'm very sorry, ma'am. Things do not look good at that point.
You can expect 4 to 6 feet on your main floor, maybe worse.
Some of the rooftops are visible. Now, we have a few announcements, don't we, Seth?
Beginning at 11:30, the Red Cross will be serving hot meals in the Sam's Club parking lot. Due to the success of this system in the Grand Forks area, the Red Cross is proud to announce that they will be using this system in every natural disaster from now on.
If the Red Cross meal is not what you're looking for, the 42nd Street Eatery is open. They are located on the 400 block of 42nd Street, but they are open on a limited menu.
East Grand Forks and Grand Forks, welcome back.
are you going to get our water back? How are you supposed to clean without any water?
I got an electrician to come to my house, and I wasn't even on a list.
List? What do you mean, list? How long is this list? Oh, that long? Yeah, November, unfortunately.
KCNN is your recovery radio network, ready to answer all of your FEMA questions if you may have them. We have Drew Relly in the studio from California to help answer those questions. Caller, you are on.
I just got back into town today and found out that I could have been back 2 weeks ago. My basement is a swimming pool, but that's beside the point. I need help and I need it now. What was that FEMA number again?
You can reach us at 1-800-525-0321. And remember, we're always happy to help.
Hi, I have a question. I had 6 feet in the basement. My furnace and my water heater both need to be replaced. Could you advise me on what amount of aid to expect?
Well, furnace and a water heater, I expect about $100.
Is that a real FEMA person?
I'm afraid it is. You can expect a check in about a week. Thanks. Hi, I've been staying with my cousin in Devil's Lake, and I got a check in the mail for rental assistance. Can I cash the check and pay my cousin? If I do, will I be audited by the government? Oh, I just don't know. Can someone out there help me?
So let me see if I get this right. If I get more than $10,000 worth of damage, I contact SBA. If I get less, I contact FEMA. What if I have insurance? Do I get more or less money?
I am sick of this dump. I can't take it anymore. My house is a mess.
Sir, you sound angry. Would you like to talk to Dr. Smiley, our feel-good guy?
I don't need Dr. Smiley. I have a question.
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
My house is a dump. When is someone going to help me clean up this mess? It's driving me crazy.
Well, first of all, where do you live?
I live in Thompson.
Sir, Thompson got no water. How can your house be a mess?
Everyone in Grand Forks was evacuated. I must have had 50 relatives living there. Guess where they all are now? All these people and their kids in my house.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is that maybe if you help them clean up their house, they would move out of yours and back into theirs. Thank you for calling. Next caller, please. Next caller?
Am I on the air?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just wondering if you had a number for that one guy.
That one guy.
Yeah, that one guy.
Do you mean the FEMA number?
Yep, that's him.
The FEMA guy's number is 1-800-525-0321.
Thanks.
All right, it's 9 a.m. and you know what that means. It's time for cleanup hour. Call in with any of your cleanup-related questions.
Go ahead, you're on the air. Hi, I have 2 darling little boys, and they have these Fisher-Price people, and I was wondering how to clean them. They were in the flood and they got kind of muddy. Well, ma'am, you know what they say, when in doubt, throw it out. Oh, but my children just love these toys. We have the whole village. Well, if you want to save them, first you drill a hole in the little people's heads, then you soak them in a solution of a 1/4 cup bleach to a gallon of water. Drill a hole? I don't see how we could do that. They're small and it would ruin them. Well, ma'am, you see, your children might put the contaminated toys in their mouths, and then they might die. And if you like your children, this is a bad thing. Oh, yes, I see.
Next caller. Hello. My husband and I went on a fishing trip and we caught a ton of walleye. We vacuum sealed it. Is it okay to eat?
You can try soaking them in a 1/4 cup bleach to a gallon of water.
Oh, so lutefisk.
No, ma'am, I said clean, not disgusting. Next caller.
Hi, I have a small list of things I was wondering about. How should you clean leather boots?
Bleach solution.
A wool sweater. Bleach. Reading glasses.
Bleach.
Silverware.
Bleach.
Books.
Bleach.
Frames.
Bleach.
Birch.
Bleach.
My dog. I'm sorry. I don't have a pencil. I don't suppose you could repeat all that? Bleach!
feet of bleach, or actually get your butt out there and clean something.
Alright, thank you to our cleanup lady. Wow, our lines really lit up like a Christmas tree during that segment. Next caller, you are on the air.
I need to talk to that field day guy.
Excuse me?
The guy who helps us get in touch with our anger and stuff.
This is Dr. Smiley. Can I help you?
I've got a lot of people living in my house. They're wrecking it. I just really hate them.
Are they from Grand Forks?
Yes, they're from Grand Forks and I'm from Thompson. Put them down! I can't take it anymore. They keep touching my stuff.
Are they related to you?
Yes.
It sounds to me like you have a lot of hostility.
Yeah, dude, hang on a second. Shut your pie hole! I'm on the phone!
Go ahead. Here's what you do. You get odd like you don't like that much. You take it to a room, and then you destroy it.
Does that mean I get to beat up my sister's kid?
No. You get the idea. It's kind of like these people really need to express their feelings, talk about their stories. It makes them feel better. A lot of people are angry. Does anyone out there have any suggestions on how we can deal with our anger?
I have an idea, Dr. Smiley.
What's that?
We can sing about it. In the big, big flood. In the big, big flood. All covered with mud. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood. 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 All covered with mud. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood. In the big, big flood.
We've been jumping on!
In the big, big flood. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood. In the big, big flood. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood.
Ice storm was a fan to shovel snow. I don't want a helicopter, but we've got the electricity. Weather Service, Army Corps. I don't want to hear no more. Sandbag Central volunteers. Prohibition down the rears.
Big flood. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood.
Flood prediction, mitigation, premature evacuation, dump truck, fire truck, and the patients to the block, downtown Charlie Brown. We didn't start the fires. Airbase, big hearts, screen plots will fall apart. Curfew, mildew, helicopter, rescue. 2020 news, Wiki, CNN, Scott Hannon, prime time, Dateline, networks herald all the time.
Big, big flood. All covered with mud. Came over the dike. In the big, big flood. Contaminate, inundate, relocate, evacuate, drinking water, hot water, flood, water, flood, dry, guilt, gutter, silk, hope your house will be rebuilt, riverside, Lincoln Drive, everybody can survive, don't cry.
People who volunteer at lots of disasters say that Grand Forks people are special. Grand Forks people didn't wait to get helped. They helped themselves and they helped each other.
Community leaders from New Orleans came up after Hurricane Katrina to ask us for flood recovery advice.
And a group of guys from Pennsylvania came and fixed someone's patio. They drove 21 hours and gave up their vacation time. Another group from Idaho came and framed someone's basement.
A little boy even organized a toy drive all by himself to give toys to the kids in the Grand Forks community.
A youth group from Wisconsin saved money all summer for a trip, but they came down to Grand Forks to help us instead. And some students from Texas A&M gave up spring break time to come muck out our basements.
And another school canceled their prom and sent it to the Grand Forks kids so they could have theirs.
Flood stories make me really proud to be from Grand Forks. It makes me proud that families came through this better than ever.
even though things are, not very good right now, and just shook a few hands and told them keep the faith. We'll make it through with no loss of life.
I saw something that your mayor said the other day that struck me in particular. She said, what makes a community a place to live in is not the buildings, it's the people, the spirit and faith that are in those people. Water cannot wash that away, and fire cannot burn that away, and a blizzard cannot freeze that away. And if you don't give it away, it will bring you back better than ever. And we'll be there with you every step of the way. Thank you. And God bless you.
God.
1997, 20 years ago, and look how far we've come.
And we have a greenway because of the flood.
We're better off now because we have better flood protection. We were forced to update our water and sewer systems.
Schools and churches switched. Churches served as schools as construction went on. This community made it work, and people looked after each other.
The vision for our community had to re-begin 20 years ago in 1997. The vision continues on and into the future.
We take pride in our beautiful community. We have new schools. Downtown Grand Forks got a facelift, and East Grand Forks was made over completely.
Some people think that people shouldn't live in a floodplain, but Grand Forks was founded because of the Red River and Red Lake River. It has always been a part of us.
It's part of the charm of the city.
It is still about the river, and it is still our home.
Do you know where you're going to live yet?
No, I want to move back to East Grand Forks, so